Hey guys, welcome to Staying Strong with Ashley. Happy New Year! It is now 2021, and now is usually the time of what we reflect back on till now. And honestly, this year's had so many ups and downs personally, and I know as a country, and so yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I think I'm just gonna talk about recently because the past month and couple months have just been extremely stressful and hard and intense for me. There's been a craziness of emotions, and I've realized more and more about myself. One thing is that when I'm really depressed and upset and confused and have a lot of hurt, I tend to not eat for days or barely anything for a week or more. When I'm anxious, when I'm overwhelmed, I tend to eat more things. I tend to constantly eat, and I'm like overeating everything then, and not listening to my body. And one of those times was really stress with work and making a deadline and trying to go after that, along with some church stuff that had happened that I'll probably do a video on that later, not now. And just also my own personal emotions around the holidays, and what that looks like for me. So it's just been tough. Something else I want to talk about is grief. It's like a wave of emotions, and they'll keep coming and coming back and stopping. And one of those things is that you never always know what that looks like. And so for Christmases, I had two this year, one with my dad and one with my mom, and each one of them was really overall really great. It was a lot of family time and a lot of great memories. But the hard part for me was to see my sister-in-law pregnant and my twin sister pregnant. Because I never got to experience some of those things specifically for Christmas with my family. And so I got to see them share, good news about whether it's a boy or a girl or what name they picked out, or, all those things that I didn't really get to share a whole lot and experience with my own family. Another thing was showering everyone with the excitement and the gifts, and this is for the baby, and this is, and it just was hard for me to see. It made me feel really sad, jealous that they got that and I didn't, and that should be something I should be doing. Jealous that I couldn't see my kids roaming around and trying to open gifts and then just sad that my kids will never really experience that and I didn't get to experience that. And I wish I did, honestly. I know that eventually that'll happen to me, but it was hard. It was hard seeing that. It was hard to note and be in a place where I could have had that happen. And it's been a long time since I've thought those feelings during a Christmas season. I think last time was shortly after the kids were born that I felt that. But I think that's the thing about grief, is that, when something new happens, maybe baby showers or, these things that are more close to me, right? Like my sister-in-law having her baby shower, my sister having her baby shower soon, and then Christmas, and you see the bellies and you see those things coming together, that it just made me sad. It made me jealous and sad. But I'm being real. I had a hard time sometimes keeping it under control and had to step away and realize that it wasn't about me and it was about this time with the family and being excited. And I sometimes wish it was about me, and not in like a super conceited time of like, hey, about me, but like the time that should have been me, sort of thing. And it never will be for my children, for those children. When I have children again, it will be, but not for these kids. And it made me wish that I could hold them and see them and touch them and make sure that they knew that they were loved and by everybody, because as as my immediate family keeps growing, you know, that's really the ultimate purpose, is to show the kids that they're loved and guide them in a direction that works. And yeah, and so it's just been tough. It's been really hard for me. And with that hardness comes a lot of emotions that I haven't fully always dealt with, or that I thought I had gotten over. You know, and then when does that grief come or doesn't come, you know? My sister's dog recently passed away, and so I noticed that when it comes to grief, that we tend to want to keep ourselves busy. We don't want to think about the sadness. We don't want to sit in the sadness. We don't want to be in the sadness at all. We don't want to be in the anger. We don't want to be in those emotions. You know, on Christmas, we don't want to be in that emotion. You know, after a passing of someone, we don't want to be in that emotion. We want to distract. We want to do all these things. Oh, we can do it. And the reality is we have to sit in those emotions, because the less we sit in them, the more they're going to come out at times that aren't going to be healthy. You know, like when I had to realize that that was not the time to deal with my own jealous emotions and sadness and hurt, and not hurt by them or anybody specific, just hurt that I couldn't experience that, because I wanted to, because I miss them. I really do. And I'm looking forward to the day when I have a beautiful baby in my arms, and that I get to hold and cherish even more. But right now is not the time. And if I don't sit in the emotions of the sadness and the hurt and the grief, then it's going to come out in other ways that I don't really want it to. In ways of overeating, in ways of being angry at my siblings, or in ways of just randomly being sad and overcome with emotions that I don't realize. And I think that's true for any grief there is, whether it's a grief of a pet, a grief of a mom, a dad, a sister, a friend, or another family member, or anything like that. Like, if you don't sit in that grief, and you don't understand those emotions, and you don't take the time for those emotions, they will become bigger than they need to be. And now is the time to deal with it. You know, now is the time to take the time to do that, because at the new year, and now that there's this weekend, what else are you going to do? You know, we're still technically under a weird time of not being able to go out, but can go out, in a weird time of wearing masks, in a time of doing mostly things virtually because we can't see our family members face to face, because that's not, you know, beneficial, in a time of not being able to do everything we wish we could do. And those bring up a lot of emotions. They'll continue to bring up emotions. And so take the time to be in that emotion, sit in it, understand it. And if you're like me, and you had a hard time this Christmas with seeing other family members being excited and praised for their pregnancies and you weren't, or maybe that you had a hard time because you lost someone this year and you just couldn't see and be with them, or maybe like some of my friends who have family out of state, you had a hard time understanding why you had to do virtual meetings and you couldn't legit be in that same space with your family for Christmas. Guess what? That's hard. That's hard. Those are hard things. And it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel whatever you want to feel, because guess what? That's hard. This is a hard time. And so just feel it. Grieve the loss. That's a loss. Grieve it. Understand it. You know? And once you do that, I'm not saying it's going to get better. I'm just saying that you're going to feel a little better at a time. And so if you would like to connect and grow with me this year, if you have any comments on what you want to hear, comment below, click and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll talk another time.